So with Kane Rice again, it's been a couple of weeks since we last spoke to you. Going back a bit since we last spoke, you're a semi-final of the League Cup.
Yeah, so we got to the semi-finals. There's not a lot else I can say about it really. I think it's nice for us to achieve that in our first season again, and it's always positive. So I think we want to stay in the league race and the cup race for as long as we can. Like I say, in the main part really, for the amount of games, we don't play lots and lots of games in our league, and that's been a bit of a concern for us through consistency, and also just to get the lads enough games. Is important to aid their development. So obviously we've thrown in a few friendlies, but just generally it'd be nice. Listen, everyone likes playing the cup final. Everyone likes getting that. So if we can get there, great. We got to do the semis first and go from that really.
Following on from that, you've played Sevenoaks in the league. Another win, but the thing with that game is the second time you've played them in like a week or two. Does that affect your preparation or anything, or?
It doesn't, to be honest. I think we're in a very lucky position at the moment to be in the driving seat at the moment in the league. I think in whatever league in the world you play in, from the very top to the very bottom, it's a generalisation that when you're being chased, the teams around you tend to amend how they play, opposed to you amending too much on how you play. And also, if I'm honest, against the Sevenoaks in the 2 games, they really, really pushed us. But in the first 2 games, we felt our performances were considerably below standard. And on that particular Saturday, the last game, they did hit the standards we've required and the standards that we've got used to from the lads. So there was no real need to amend what we're doing. We just felt that the quality needed to improve and be a little bit more resolute defensively. Because in the more recent weeks we have started to concede. I mean, we've still only conceded, I think, 5 in 14 games, or whatever it might be. But we conceded 2 in one game, 1 in the other, and for us that was 3 too many.
Obviously a bit of a negative there, but you're 10 points clear now. How hard is it to keep the players' feet on the ground?
Yeah, like you say, it's not negative. I think myself and Simon are realistic to what our targets are. So we've evaluated those targets from day one to now, and they're considerably different to what they were. It's not negative. I think the boys have got to know us now. We are looking ultimately, like every football manager, for the maximum they can get from their team and their players. So we're looking at now the finer details of what we're doing, and to each player that may be different. And to each game that might be different. So it's always about pushing them. We, as in myself, Simon and the staff, and the players, are not going to be happy until we've achieved something, and we haven't achieved anything yet.
Talking of achieving things, we've had Mason. Last time we think we spoke to Simon Austin, he had a trial with Chelsea. He's been invited for a second one.
Yeah, Mason's been asked to go back Friday for a second trial with Chelsea, so that's great for Mason. Listen, I would love as many of our kids, I say our kids, the Maidstone 23s or any of the Maidstone youth team, to do as well as they possibly can in football. Whether it be with Maidstone United or with a pro club, you can't ever take that opportunity away from a kid, and we 100% support any of them that want to do it. We are one club that feeds into Mason. And Mason, as a 16-year-old boy, has played for 3 or 4 different clubs over the years, and we are a part of his story. But I think what we can't ever take away is the work that Mason's done, and these other lads, because these kids he plays with week in, week out, or has played with, also have fed into what Mason's doing. And we've spoke with Mason's sort of family unit and stuff to try and support them in what's going on. And we're here, whether it be short term or long term, for Mason and his family to see what happens. And myself, Simon, the staff and all the players wish Mason the best of luck, and you just got to relax and enjoy it, because it is just football. It's not,
Well, you touched on friendlies earlier, and this Tuesday you played against Charlton. This wasn't just any kind of Charlton team, it was a full-time, not foundation or anything like that. How did that go? How did you feel it went?
Charlton. This was their under-18s. They're a full-time professional football club. It was. First off, I'd like to thank Charlton and Steve Avery for bringing his team down to play us. I'm a massive admirer of the work that Steve has done over many years at Charlton. I was a player for him at some point in time, and we've obviously, I've been lucky enough to stay in contact with Steve, and I respect him ridiculously for what he's done for Charlton Athletic over the years. And they do produce very, very good footballers. Their production rate at Charlton is brilliant. So for them to bring a team here was, one, fantastic for us, but two, more pleasingly, was forget the result. Yes, we won, and that's great, but to be able to not only match but give a real competitive game to a full-time professional side when our boys, train once/twice a week. We're all volunteers. The boys are all here voluntarily. To be able to match that sort of standard was just, for me, just fantastic. And it does, it sort of backs up what we've been saying to the lads and the work that the boys have been putting. And really, if I'm honest, Tuesday night was a little bit of a well done, a little bit of a celebration for the work the boys have done, because I felt they earned that fixture, and they definitely earned the performance, and they earned the win as well, if I'm honest.
So again, with the Charlton game, unofficially we're the under-23s, we're called the development team. You just said there Charlton were under-18s. That age difference, how did...
Yeah, so we are officially under-23s. So currently we hold 5 that are 20 or above. Everyone else is 16, 17, 18 or just turned 19. Our average age is 19 and 1 month. So we were a year older than that Charlton side. But again, like I say, them boys were full-time professional footballers. Our lads are not. Some of them have never been in that sort of structure. So where the age difference varied, the experience probably would have been very, very similar, a similar level. And for me, that goes on to that whole pathway that we are trying to cement here. We've got 8 under-16s that have played in our 23 squad this year. 7 of them are still currently with us and participating. 3 of them play week in, week out for us, with the others taking part in various ways from the bench or within the squad. We've got 2 lads that have come through the academy system in the previous few years. And then we've got a make-up of different lads that we've either scouted or recruited. But again, in the 19-man squad we had at Charlton, the Charlton game, 9 of them were 16. So again, the age difference wasn't going to be dramatic. And we are consciously trying to progress the youth system at Maidstone. We have drawn our recruitment space in. So all of our players currently come from within 30 miles of the Gallagher Stadium. So we have got a direction to go in. That is something we have communicated with the youth system. If you're currently already in the youth system and you live slightly out of that doesn't mean we're going to move you on. But what we're looking at going forward is to reduce that recruitment structure so we can bring back the heart of what Maidstone always was, which was about producing young footballers from Kent and the local area. And for us to do that, we've got to make progressive steps, and they are going to be small and they are going to take a period of time. But it's something that us and the club have committed to with the youth system, and we feel like we've now got a direction and we're going in that way.